Hi guys, and welcome to another batch of your replays. I thought we would go Russian TDs today and feature the SU-100. I think I've only featured this tank once or twice on my channel before, but SU-100 is a bit of a monster. It's a tier 6 Russian TD, but it comes with the standard 122mm. It has 175 penetration with 390 alpha damage. That basically means that if you get a high roll, you can roll as high as 500 damage sometimes. It's an awesome gun, providing you can actually hit and pen the target. As being Russian, unfortunately, it does have accuracy issues. It's not the most accurate of TDs, but premium ammo is pretty good on it as well. 217mm of penetration with 390 alpha damage. Now, we are here with Alonso Forever. It's on Prokarovka. In fact, both games today are Russian TDs on Prokarovka. But Alonso's team are, let's just say, not very experienced. It's a 32%er. Also, Alonso Forever is a tier 6 in a tier 8 game. As you can see, lots of inexperienced players driving premium tanks on Alonso's team. Really hate when that happens, but this is a weird game. It really is a strange game, and we're just going to go and you're going to see why I thought this game was very strange. It was a great result for Alonso Forever, showing basically what the SU-100 can do, even as a tier 6 in a tier 8 game, but very strange game. As you can see, the IS-3 is pushing up. The IS-3 is going to camp the railway tracks back here at the back of the map. He's top tier heavy, but he's going to camp at the back. There's a T-29 going to camp at the back on the other side. There's a Leva going to camp at the back on the island. It's, yeah, let's just say not a very strong team. And 32%er, very small chance of winning a 32%er, to be honest. The enemy team have to be really overconfident to lose a game like this. But the other strange thing is, while the heavies decide to camp at the back, don't know what Alonso's doing here. Sometimes when people sit in replays and they point their guns up in the air or at the ground, I think it's because of FPS issues. But yeah, the other really strange thing is you can see that there's a Jagdpanther coming over to the hill, and there's Alonso Forever coming over to the hill. Now, these are in TDs. Normally you would expect them to be where the heavy tanks are, and you would expect the heavy tanks to be where the TDs are. But I don't know why Alonso fired there, but it's just a strange game for so many reasons. So Alonso is gone up the hill with a Jagdpanther. And you can see a Jag Tiger 88 is also making his way over to the hill. Very strange. T-25-2 sitting on the railway tracks, and Alonso waits for his gun to fully aim. And 383 damage. The alpha damage on this tier 6 is amazing. Also, being Russian, the SU-100 has a very good camo rating. So, someone is getting hammered. The Jagdpanther is taking a lot of shots to Alonso Forever's left, but Alonso wasn't spotted. The Jagdpanther was. So basically his team have given up the hill. So even though it was a really good start by Alonso Forever, his team are starting to lose. It scores 2-3. Alonso is the only one over here at the moment. There are tier 8 heavies sitting on the hill. This is just, it's such a weird game. The IS-3 top tier heavy is camping on the railway lines. The T-29 is camping in the corner of the map at A1. The Leva is camping on the island. The IS is trying to cap. I don't know. Medium tanks camping in the bushes along by the railway lines, and the TDs are coming up the hill to spot. It's, yeah, 32%er. So Alonso's moving forward. He's trying to get spots for his team. And the enemy team have got full reign. The enemy tanks sitting in F6 aren't being spotted, they aren't being pushed. No one on Alonso Forever's team has gone to that really important spot at E5, E6. So basically, when Alonso Forever advances, enemy tanks sitting in where that T69 was last spotted in F5, they're going to have side shots. So, complete lack of map awareness by a lot of players who are experienced and should know better. But, yeah. I mean, it's not as if any of these players are new. Even the newest players on his team have a couple of thousand games played. All the guys driving premium tanks, they all have about 4,000 games played. But, yeah, there you go. He's getting shot in the side. He's trying to spot the hill. He gets shot in the side. IS-6 comes for him. And Alonso Forever finishes him off. 400 damage through the lower glacis. Remember, he's a tier 6 and a tier 8 game. And yet he's the only one on his team who is trying to be aggressive. It looks as if his team are losing the other flank. Alonso gives the IS-6 a nice little message. Now there's an ISU-152! And Alonso goes for another shot. That was a low roll, 329, but he doesn't care. Tier 8 tanks, doesn't matter. He's just gonna try and spot them, he's gonna try and take them out. So Alonso's on about 1400 damage right now because of a blind kill on the T25-2. He's trying to spot the hill for his team, but his RT is dead. They've lost the 1-2 lines. His IS-3 and Leva are still camping at the back, and the Jagdtiger 88 has finally made it over to the hill. So they're losing 5-8. And Alonso must be wondering what the heck he can do. To be honest, I've never seen TDs come over into this position, but Alonso Forever is making it work. And someone had to. If the rest of his team were going to sit at the back of the map and camp in bushes, someone had to come up and spot the hill. But Alonso's just waiting for the enemy team to advance. I think he knows if he tries to advance up the hill, he's going to get shot in the side. But yeah, I think this is one of the weirdest replays anyone has ever sent in. So, again, he's running away. Alonso, tier 6 versus an IS-3, and the IS-3 is not pushing. So, they've lost the other side of the map. Enemy tanks are starting to come across the railway. So, Alonso prepares, keeping an eye behind him. Just waiting for targets of opportunity. Kind of surprised he didn't take a blind shot there, but okay, the Jagdtiger's gone down. Enemy SU-100 took him out, but Alonso aims. KV-85 coming across the railway lines, and an ammo rack. That is 870 damage, shooting the KV-85 through the tracks. And in chat, Alonso's going wrecked. And again, there you go. There's kill number 4 for Alonso Forever. Tier 6, Tier 8 game, 32%er. And his team taking up the most, I don't know, idiotic positions ever. However, they're still somehow in this game. The score is 9-11. No, it's not. It's 9-12. They're being capped, and Alonso's just setting up an ambush for the T69. Unfortunately, T69 knew what he was doing, pulled back, and now has managed to get himself tracked on top of the... No, he's not tracked. Not yet. He's sitting up there. And 448 damage done. So now it is 2 versus 6. And the enemy team are finally starting to advance. IS-3 to the left, T-34-85 to the right, T-69 behind, and Alonso switched to premium, and I have no idea how that shot went in, but he's on premium, got set on fire, taking shots. He's down to 43 health. Stirrup bounces, IS-3 takes him out, and game is over. But yeah, tier 6, tier 8 game. So yeah, Ace Tanker on a defeat, but Alonso Forever was shooting a lot of higher tier tanks. He also picked up high caliber. Now look at this damage. He finished up with 3,267 damage as a tier 6 in a tier 8 game. That's what the SU-100 can do with that 122mm. From about 30 seconds into that game was going to be lost, but it still doesn't take away from a really, really good performance from Alonso. I feel for you. He fired 10, he hit 8, he penned 8, huge amount of damage, especially considering he was shooting at a lot of higher tier tanks. He received 6 hits, and unfortunately 5 of them penned. He was set on fire. So yeah, tier 6, tier 8 game. Even though the frontal armor on the SU-100 is okay, yeah, didn't hold up in a tier 8 game. But he spotted 1, damaged 7, destroyed 4, did 1,862 assistance damage because he was spotting the tanks on the hill for his arty. He earned 28,000 credits with a premium account and almost 1,900 XP with a premium account. No first game of the day. Yeah, sometimes you can't win. There's nothing you can do. All you can do is knuckle down, play the best game you can possibly play, and yeah, even though it's a defeat, you can still have a very, very good result. So I feel for you, Alonso Forever. That's definitely one of the strangest replays I've ever watched. Really, really, really strange game. But thank you for sending it in. Moving on, we've got another Russian TD, and again we're on Prokarovka, and again this is a very strange game, or rather a strange result, but we're with Sneaking Badger. Now, Sneaking Badger is actually an old platoon mate. When I first started playing World of Tanks, I used to platoon with Sneaking Badger quite a lot, but he took a break from the game. He recently came back, and this is one of the games he played. So it's nice to see you back in World of Tanks, Sneaky, and let's just get going. So this time, Sneaking is in a tier 8 game he's in a tier 9 game in a tier 8 tank, but it's the ISU-152 with the BL-10, so it doesn't really matter. You can get an ISU-152 into tier 10 games, you can still have a good impact on the game. And once again, Sneaking Badger's going to be heading over to the left side. He's going to be working the 9-0 lines. And this time, he's not going to be going up the hill like Alonso Forever did in the first game. This time, he's going to be playing more like a traditional TD, and he's going to be sitting on the island. So it's just a question of what the rest of his team are going to do. His team, again, lots and lots of experienced players on his team. But unfortunately, those experienced players... Look at that cluster at B6. Look at the number of tanks sitting in B6. So there's a lonely T-34 heading over to the hill. There's a Leva, again, premium tank. Yeah. Sneaky Badger is already aware this is not looking good. So he and a T-25-2 have come over to the island. His top tier heavies, the E-75, is camping the railway lines along with a Leva. Oh dear. So he's sitting up here behind these bushes. Okay, Tiger 2 decides to get off the rails and advance. But yeah, BL-10, I've spoken about this tank a lot, or rather the gun. It's just an amazing gun. 286 millimeters of penetration, 750 alpha damage. It used to be 850, but it got nerfed. But yeah, huge alpha damage, huge penetration. The premium ammo, 329 millimeters of penetration, and exactly the same alpha damage with APCR. Really, really good gun, providing it can hit the target. It's not that accurate. But then again, you know it's going to be fairly accurate in this game, because ISU-152 games don't end up on YouTube unless the game unless the gun behaves. You never see ISU-152 replays on YouTube where you do almost zero damage because you miss every single shot. But yep, T-34 got absolutely destroyed. Enemy RT caught him out in the open. He was obviously being spotted by that LTTB, and look at the spots Sneaking Badger is getting. He's got binocs equipped. Look at the spots. And there's that accuracy. Goes for the Tiger 1 and the shot goes high. But again, being a Russian TD, its camo rating is quite good. Sneaking Badger's got a reload of just under 15 seconds here. E75. And unfortunately, again, the shot goes a little bit high, bounces on the upper plate. But Sneaking has not been spotted. So he's going for some weaker skinned targets. And he finally does his first damage, and that was a low roll, 725. But he's got his binocs equipped. He's getting these spots, he's getting the assistance damage here. And there's his first kill of the game. Now his T-25-2 buddy on the island is now dead. SU-152 camping at the back of the island. And look at the cluster of tanks still sitting in B6. Oh, E75 again, going for a turret shot, and he sneaks it in, 763. Seriously, every time I see players playing like this, look at all those heavies in B6. It makes me question the sanity. If you're gonna play like that, play a flaming TD. I mean, playing a heavy tank like that, there are exceptions, but when you're top tier heavy, if you're playing your heavy tank at the back of the map and sniping, you might as well be playing a TD, because I'm sure even if you saw, it doesn't matter how experienced you were, but if you saw an RT player charging down the middle of the map at the beginning of the game in TD mode, you'd be upset, because RT is not a TD. Likewise, heavy tanks, especially when you're top tier, really you need to be more aggressive, or else just play a different class of tank. You only hurt your team. But on the other hand, at the moment Sneaking Badger's not complaining too much, because due to the fact his heavies are all camping at the back, he's the one getting spots. So ISU-152 on the enemy team, and 729. Sneaking Badger's already up to 4,000 damage. It's really, really easy to rack up the damage in this tank without even noticing. He's on almost 5k damage. And he's still spotting the hill for his team. And there we go. Kill number 2. So his team are losing 5-9 right now. All the remaining tanks are over on the other side. This is a little bit dangerous. Did move into a position where he got spotted. There are lots of tanks on the hill. But he needs to try and help this Leva. The Leva's the only tank who can help him. And there we go. He does get ammo racked from a shot from the E75, takes out the E50. Now maybe this Leva can come back up and help support him. That is the main question, or it would be my main question, is the Leva going to come back up? But, yep, 5,700 damage, 3 kills. So sneaking is moving forward. Have the enemy team advanced off the hill? Did they take their opportunity? It doesn't look like it. It looks as if they're still sitting on the hill. So his team are still losing 6-9. E75 goes for the lower glacis, and really lucky shot. The shot goes high, goes through the turret. Sneaky doesn't get spotted. There's his 4th kill. He's only got 1 round of regular AP left. And the IS blind firing. And he goes for a snapshot, sneaks it into the turret of the IS. ISU-152 gets taken out by the Leva, who didn't come to support him but was able to snipe from the middle of the map. And they've pulled it back. The score is now 10-9. They finally pulled it back, but Sneaking Badger is out of a standard AP. He's only got 4 rounds of HE, 2 rounds of APCR. But he's done 6,000 damage, 5 kills. He's looking for his Top Gun. And again, this game was largely down to the fact his team decided to camp at the back of the map. Oh, gets spotted. Goes for a snapshot in the LTTB, unfortunately misses. Probably had time to aim a little bit more, but then on the other hand, enemy RT is still in play. But that was an expensive miss with an APCR round. And yeah, as I say, enemy RT is still in play. Sneaky, lucky to have survived. And he knows that RT is now focused on this corner. Although with his friendlies advancing down the 1-2 lines, it's possible that RT is now looking the other way. So Sneaking Badger knows that the only tank that has been spotted over here is the LTTB. All the other tanks are on the other flank. So he's going hunting. Still looking for his Top Gun. Needs to take out the LTTB. And he's not waiting for the LTTB to flank him. Although it's possible the LTTB has already flanked. I can't remember, it's been a while since I watched this replay, so I don't actually know how this game ends. So he has been spotted. But where's the LTTB? Oh, he went up the hill. So again, aiming. Takes a snapshot before being fully aimed. Takes him out for Top Gun. That's 6 kills. His team take out the IS-8. Just RT left. But Sneaking Badger, 6,000 damage done. 6 kills. And as I say, he was the most forward advanced tank on his team. With his binocs, he was spotting the hill for his team. So he ended up picking up a pile of assistance damage as well. So nice to see you back in World of Tanks, Sneaking. So that was an ace tanker. It was also a high caliber tank sniper, Top Gun, and patrol duty. Yes, patrol duty in an ISU-152, camping on the island on Prokarovka. Yeah, as I told you, another strange game, but Sneaking finished top on XP with a huge 1983. Big XP game. As he said in the comments, highest XP he ever had, I believe. 6,221 damage, 6 kills, really nice result. He fired 16, he hit 14. The gun behaved. Of the 14 he hit, 12 penned. He received 2 hits, both penned. ISU-152, good camo rating, but not a lot of armor. 7 tanks spotted, 9 damaged, 6 destroyed, and he managed to do 3,381 assistance damage in addition to his 6,000 damage. So a lot of assistance damage because of just So many of his team deciding to camp on the railway lines at the back of the map. He earned 53,000 credits with a premium account, even though he did have to fire a couple of APCR shots. But 2,974 XP on a ×2 first game of the day, I'm happy to see, left him on 6,000 XP. Big game in the ISU-152, and again, a very strange game. So I want to thank Sneaking Badger, I want to thank Alonso Forever for sending those replays in. 2 Russian TDs, both on Prokarovka, and both really strange games. Hope you guys at home enjoyed watching them, and I'll see you next time.